Captain, we're so relieved to see that you're okay. Well, I have my faithful crew to thank for that, so thank you. I actually mistook that strange creature for you. You two have very similar features, did you know that? What a way to say you're welcome, Brittany. To be honest, while trapped in the belly of that vile beast, I thought of only one face, Brittany. My own. Well, we'll never escape PNF 404 until we locate this treasure-obsessed Olimar fellow. He's got our cosmic drive key. Alf is smiling while talking about the doom of this crew and possibly of their entire planet. He just wants to brighten the mood so Charlie doesn't feel so bad about that sick burn. But don't forget why we're here. To search for fruit for our planet. For us too, or else we'll starve. What's that signal coming from over there? A signal like that, if it's not coming from our ship or one of us, maybe it's Olimar. With a transmitter that strong, it must be planetary explorers like us. It must be the Hokotashin. And where we find Olimar, that's where we'll find our cosmic drive key. Let's track the signal to its source. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pikmin 3. Last time, at long last, somehow, Charlie had not died of starvation, allowing us to save him from the far reaches of the distant tundra. This time, we have found a new wireless signal emanating from the tropical wilds, where Alf crash landed back on the first day that we were here on PNF 404. However, even though we could head out that way, this is the first day that we have true freedom in where we want to go for the day. Can't do anything in the Garden of Hope. We could head up to the tropical wilds and try to further things, but I feel like there were a lot of loose ends in the distant tundra that we hadn't done. There was a lot of fruit that went uncollected because of how much I gave priority to saving Charlie, which, nothing wrong with that. It's just that there was a lot undone, and I think I do want to go take care of that first and foremost. But not before we check in. That is the ultimate first and foremost. I've been analyzing the data files that we found. Based on them, it seems likely that the Hokotashin picked up our cosmic drive key. Whatever gave you that idea? It's not like we didn't talk about that yesterday when we found that data file and had a required cutscene telling us about it. Interesting. Well, all the pieces seem to fit. Did data files make people dumber from reading them? Because, wow. I'm worried about our food, though. What if it gets stolen? Worry not, Brittany. I would never let that... Brittany raises a good point. We're collecting food? Keep an eye out for that Hokotashin. Yes, absolutely. Charlie is just getting shot down all over the place. Well, let's hope our ship doesn't get shot down and make a proper landing down in the distant tundra. So, this day is gonna primarily be us exploring places that we didn't explore in the distant tundra, getting fruit, and all that stuff. It's not really gonna be story progress, but we are gonna be doing really important side stuff. Trust me on this is not a filler day by any means. We are gonna be doing really important stuff. So, I'm gonna begin by picking these yellow Pikmin. Of course, gotta pick the picks. And I think I want to go with, let's say, 30 yellows. I have so many Pikmin. Wow, I have way more than I even need. I cut ahead to my final decision because it's me playing Pikmin. Much indecisiveness was to be had. We have 50 reds, 20 rocks, and 30 yellows. I don't think we need rocks for anything today, but on the off chance that we do, I decided to just bring a few. I wanted to split them up into 2 groups, so that's why I had 10 go with each. That being said, however, this is our first full day with 3 captains. It is true that we got to play with 3 captains a little bit at the end of the day yesterday, but this is where you're gonna really get to see just how rocket science-y things get, just how complicated your strategies can be, how much you can accomplish in one day having 3 captains. Apparently these 2 yellows don't feel like accomplishing much other than just getting pushed around by a mango and then feeling really sad about it afterward. We'll get that back. It really left a bad taste in my mouth that we didn't get that mango back in time. Get it? Bad taste in my mouth, and I didn't get to eat a fruit. Well, okay, actually, more like no taste in my mouth, which, you know, it's very clear I have no taste in comedy, at least. Wow, that was self-depreciating if I ever heard it. Let's not be too harsh on ourselves. Let's go on our merry way. I'm gonna have Charlie go back over here because there was some fruit in that cave that we saw before. He's gonna go off on his own, and just because we can, we'll get some Pikmin to work on this burgeoning spiderwort. Or they can miss horribly, too. That's another option, yeah. We'll get 5 of our rocks to work on that, just because, again, I'm not really too confident that I'll need them for much, and I guess I might as well have these guys be our worker bees. Other than that fruit. You might remember that there was a fruit over here that I tried to get a couple of days ago. I had a very, very poor time of it, because they did not grab onto the fruit, and they just merely stayed around here. By the way, when they're carrying the berries back, they go down this ice slide. The lucky little guy's getting to go down that slide all day. Wish I was a Pikmin sometimes. Yeah, it was kind of my own dang fault that I didn't get that fruit. I thought that it was beyond my control and something that couldn't have been helped because they just didn't grab onto it, but I forgot that you had to throw another captain up onto that stump for it to work out for you, or else you just simply were not going to get it, unfortunately. Gonna have you guys go over into this cave, and that is the bulk of the fruit that we're gonna be trying to get, gonna try to get this time. Charlie reached his destination right as soon as we did that. That was awesome. We'll just charge Pikmin right onto this stick right here, get that built up in record time, and this freaking bundle of grapes, I have quite a history with. I loathe it with the burning white hotness of 100 flower Pikmin that are not rocks. It's just as awkward as I am. It's very fitting. Oh, well, I looked down at the map, and this right here, I'll divert myself for a moment to say that whenever you use the go here command over these dandelion puffs, keep in mind that sometimes Pikmin fall underneath them for some reason. I'm not really sure why it happens, but it does, and I've lost Pikmin to something that wasn't my fault because I simply wasn't checking to see if they fell through the floor in certain areas. It's weird. Gonna have Charlie go over this way, take a bit of a trip down memory lane, go to where he crash-landed on the planet because he totally wants to relive that experience. Gonna switch back over to Alf and Brittany. We will go ahead and get to work on this. And, about that grape. Okay, or grapes. I don't hate grapes. I like grapes a lot in real life, but all the way back on my first playthrough, I had seemingly gotten every fruit in the game. I went into my fruit file and there was not a single fruit that I was missing. Yet somehow I didn't have 100% completion. And I was so baffled as to how or why that was. It was driving me nuts. I eventually had to do a complete world search to find where I had missed a fruit because I couldn't find anything. After hours of searching, yes, hours of searching, I end up in the distant tundra. And I find that in that bundle of grapes is one that I missed. One. Reason why I didn't find it, let me actually grab this really quick and interrupt my rant one more time. To the survivors, looks like someone took a tumble here and freshened up. Perhaps someone else stranded here. If anyone else is reading this, there are several electrical contraptions in this area. I buried something useful in snow. Hope it is useful. Okay. Well, we heard that, and there's something buried in the snow around here, so we're gonna get Pikmin to work on this Arctic Cannon larva. That was totally the direction that I was planning to take in my commentary. How did I survive that? Yeah, I think we all wondered that. Anyway, yeah. So I had missed one grape in that bundle, and you might be wondering, how is that even possible? Like, how would I not know that I had missed something like that? It was that I had one Pikmin just barely not get back to base at the beginning of the game that I had working on that bundle. And when I say just barely, he was within the parameters of base when the day ended, so it showed me as having no Pikmin left behind. I assumed that all of the grapes had made it back in time, but there was one that didn't, and it was blending in with the top of that cliff, and I only found it because of the gamepad map. That eating up hours of my time over one grape, you can imagine just how infuriated I was when I learned that that was the one thing that I had missed. So I have a history with that bundle of grapes, to say the least. As much as that sounds like a metaphor for something, no. Don't get me wrong, I love grapes. I eat them all the time, and I think that they are just one of the most delicious fruits of all, but that one really, really bugs me. So I'm for sure not gonna let that happen again. What on Kopai is this doing here? We need to get this back to the Drake for analysis ASAP. We'll get that work down there. I don't really need to have Pikmin for anything else with Charlie, so we'll just have him do that for the most part right now. They're still carrying back those grapes right there. May you guys make it back to base before dark. I have so little faith in those grapes, like, not being a jerk to me that I'm actually worrying about this before the day is even halfway over. We'll get our Pikmin taken by that swooping snitch bug when I wasn't really trying to have that happen. Let's toss Brittany over. Let's get you to whistle that, and I need to take these guys out. While we're working on this, though, because this is the first time we're splitting up into 3 individual groups, there is a set order that things go in whenever you press the button to switch characters. It goes in a set order of Alf, Brittany, Charlie, A, B, C. Their names are actually a reference to the code Alpha Bravo Charlie, but it's easy to remember enough on its own. I find that to be, kind of fun. I think that's a really charming little detail that they named the characters that, considering that they are, space explorers and captains, even though I think that's more so for, well, is it? I guess it's more for, like, transponders, so it could be that. I'm getting off topic. Let's get this carried back as well. We started working on this yesterday, but we weren't able to quite get it back in time, so we'll do that right now. There is another burgeoning spiderwort right here, and just because we can, we'll get Pikmin to work on that as well, because why wouldn't we? Of course, we want as much spicy spray as we can possibly get. Get all that fruit back. Wow, we have so much going back. And wow, speaking of having so much going back, the Drake just loves interrupting me at really opportune moments. Aha! Looks like an incoming message from the Drake. Analyzing recovered item. Anti-electrifier. Shouldn't electrifier have a Y in it? Nah, never mind. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't spell very good. People who've watched me play Wheel of Fortune can attest to that. Undergarment mix. Any spacesuit electricity resistant. I've seen gadgets like this before in my time. They used to sell these as spacesuit extras back on Kopai. Aha! It's even got instructions with it. Since when is aha your catchphrase? Let's note this down in the exploration notes. So, we have undergarments that protect us against electricity. You know what that means? We're wearing rubber underwear! Couldn't resist. Charlie backflipped when I said that. It's a little gizmo, anything I touch electrical and not have to worry about shocks. Okay, so being clear, that is immunity for the captains, not for the Pikmin. And sure, I'll raise up my yellows a little bit more. Again, I'm just kind of doing this because I can. God, I'm carrying back a corpse because I can. That's a horrible thing to say now that I think about it. Okay, I'm not a poacher or anything like that. I could never bring myself to do anything like that. I love animals too much, okay? I could never do that. I would feel so horrible. Okay. Not ragging on people that hunt as a hobby or anything, though, but it just, I really would have so much trouble with it. Let's go over this way, and whoa, it is party time back here at base. This is where all of our Pikmin went. Yeah, general rule of thumb is that the Drake will interrupt you whenever you're trying to make a point, is that if you ever can't find any Pikmin, that's generally why, because they're all back at base. Use your Pikmin tracking app. Analyze this recovered item, buddy. Dodge whistle. This is an optional part that adds a dodging feature to a regular whistle. Wonder if these are the same optional extras I saw in that spacesuit shop on Kopai. Oh, it's even got an instruction manual with it. Yes, you need an instruction manual for knowing how to blow into a whistle. Press left or right on the D-pad to make your Pikmin roll in that direction. This is a new mechanic in Pikmin 3 that has not been seen prior. That is that you are able to dodge out of the way of attacks. If you're ever in any kind of tight spot and an attack is coming your way, just dodge. There is about a 1 second delay on your Pikmin doing it after you do. Well, maybe more like a half second, but just letting you know that there is a delay there, so do it a little sooner than you think you need to. The captains can avoid damage immediately, but the Pikmin do take a little bit longer. Being said, however, I want to launch you guys up there, and why is nobody getting those berries? Really? Do I need to have more of you working on that burgeoning spider warp? Because some of you are slacking. It disappears. Fine, I will just throw you guys up there. Because I want to take care of what is up here next. Just get as many Pikmin as possible up there. And Brittany, while we're waiting for Charlie to get over here, we will have you take that. And we'll throw you onto this Bouncy Mushroom. Now, look at how far away that is. Look at that. Doesn't that look like fun and or terrifying? I personally would not want to do this, though, but it still looks like it would be fun to do if you're not the one it's happening to. And oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Wow, I don't even know how I made that sound. Yeah, there was an enemy over there that was unleashing Armageddon on our army, so good thing I saw that. We'll ride this geyser back up. Not gonna say geezer this time. Now that we have Charlie, we are able to do what I wanted to do in the first place. So, lesson learned, I'm not gonna throw Pikmin over there ahead of time. Instead, I'm gonna whistle Charlie. We'll have you guys go over there. We'll have the two captains go. Toss as many Pikmin as we want. We want a lot of yellows over there. Where are our yellows anyway? Like, are they still, like, carrying stuff back? I just realized we had some yellows miss the jump. Okay, so that's what's happening. You can take those. I can just get Brittany on duty of picking up all the throws that I missed just because I was trying to show how cool looking things were. Yeah, trying to look cool in video games and it's costing you. Seems to happen to me all the time. Switching back over, we're gonna be here for quite a while throwing Pikmin at these bouncy mushrooms. Seriously, I wanna be a Pikmin. First they get to go down ice slides all day while we're working hard. Now they get to bounce on giant mushrooms. Anyway, I wanna point out a little detail to you. I'm gonna be quiet and let you listen to a short sample of the music that plays here. That short part of the song is indeed the melody from the Valley of Repose in Pikmin 2. I wanted to draw attention to this because It's a bit of a series staple for locations in past Pikmin games to make a return, but with the land changed up a little bit, and this is the only time that this occurs in Pikmin 3, so I did want to draw a little bit of attention to it. The terrain itself is very different from the Valley of Repose, so I don't know if this inherently counts, but the music is at least similar. Let's whistle all of you guys, and I think I am going to be very terrified of that thing's mouth. Let's use an ultra spicy spray. And then we will throw some yellows on you. Yay! We're killing you. We are killing an electrical hamster. Sounds like some kind of genetic experiment gone horribly wrong. The point is that we took it out without any problem. Yeah, I really don't like those things. Again, they terrify me. And it's anything that looks cute initially and then just shows itself to be terrifying. Those are always the things that stick out to you in games. Like, every game, it seems like every good game has an enemy like that just, it looks cute initially though, but it just becomes terrifying. Also, something I haven't pointed out to this point is that we use that ultra spicy spray on our Pikmin. You might have noticed that all of our leaves became flowers. It will insta-flower any Pikmin that are not currently, well, flowered. Creep up behind the bearded amp rat and take it by surprise. Yellow Pikmin should have no problem. Or you could just, you know, use a potion like I do. If we look down at our gamepad map, we can see that there is a fruit over this way. You can only get this once you have all 3 captains, so this is kind of an example of a legitimate advantage of keeping your captains all together so that you can do some puzzle solving. It has other advantages too. For instance, you will pluck Pikmin infinitely faster. Well, not infinitely faster, but 3 times as fast. I don't know why I said infinitely. I think I kind of know math better than that, but yeah, you will pluck Pikmin 3 times as fast if you have 3 captains together, so it is good that they start the day together, unless you're like Alf and Brittany getting separated all the time, but still. Get you guys whistled up. And let's see where there's Pikmin that haven't been collected. We're coming up to the end of the day, and I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anybody. Got them at base. Who is not? Okay, we got 12 that are idle. Wait, we have 99. What? Since when do we have 99 Pikmin? What happened to the... Okay. Guess we lost 1 Pikmin somewhere. I don't really know where that happened. Gotta sound cool when I say this, just as I suspected. Our Reds are done carrying back those infamous grapes, so we'll get Alf back to carrying those right away. I don't really have anything for Brittany to do. I'm just gonna have her stay in the immediate area so that when the time comes for the countdown, I can just have her whistle the Pikmin that are working on those plants. I'd like to get 1 more potion put together before we end things. And well, that thought didn't last long. Let's get rocks, come on. Thank you. Get you, and... Rock, what are you... Dude, please don't. No. Okay. Let's get you guys on that. Let's call you down here. Come on, guys. Come on, over here. Don't fall in the wall. Don't. What are you doing? Oh, thank God. Okay. Woo! I thought we lost our Pikmin. I thought, like, we all fell in the water there, and I was so scared. Oh, heard my heart skip a beat there. Let's go here. Switch back over to Alf. He's almost to his destination. Can't switch back to Brittany right now. We'll have Brittany... We'll have her go right about there, I'm wanting to say, maybe. Or rather, can I whistle them from over here? I never got that data file up there, but then again, it was probably something useless, like, you know, use the control stick to move or something along those lines. Then again, you know, what is it with Olimar? Shouldn't he make data files out of useful info that people would find, you know, really interesting to learn? You know, like... really useful things, like rock Pikmin roll when they go down slides. That's a data file I'd like to read. I mean, come on. I think everyone agrees with me on that front. Let's get that. Not missing any more reds. There's a rock that is somehow over here. Again, I kind of do blame the go here mechanic for not always being the most reliable thing in the world. There are times where Pikmin just kind of get lost somehow, and it's kind of a shame whenever that happens. It's kind of a shame, to say the least. Let's see here. Where are the remaining... Okay. I'm missing 11. Where am I missing 11? Okay, there's a yellow there and a yellow there. Do that. Charlie, I was having you come over here to get these guys who are not even doing anything. Okay, no, I shouldn't really blame them, though, because there wasn't, like, any berries. Yes, there freaking were! They were just sitting there while the berries were... Oy. It's hard to find good help these days. Whistle you. And then see if there's anything in this cave right here. No, okay, so no Pikmin screwed up around there. Nothing. Looks like everything else. There's this one rock right here that's still walking. But as long as I have Brittany get this guy here and then just go back to where those berries are, we should be pretty good, actually, yeah. Also, I don't think I ever acknowledged this. We made a way for ourselves to walk up by carrying that hay back. I Somehow did not acknowledge that. There's been a lot to go over in these early parts, and I have kind of wanted to explain each mechanic. Just, you know, this could be somebody's first Pikmin game, and I do kind of want to make it so that you can enjoy these videos without having to go back and watch, like, a 50-part Pikmin 2 series on my channel. So that's my reasoning about that. And come here. Thank you. Wow. 0 Pikmin are getting left behind, it looks like. Yeah, the no Pikmin left behind movement seems to have made great strides in the past few years since I last checked in on it. We have 0 Pikmin left behind. We lost 1 in battle, presumably? Still don't know what happened there, but 1 Pikmin lost for how much we accomplished in 1 day. I mean, we got 2 upgrades for our spacesuits, and that rock Pikmin just wanted to dance with Brittany for the last few seconds before she dismissed him. That's great. Yeah. Hopefully this gives you an idea of just how good 3 Captain gameplay can be. And with this, I do want to mention that mission mode is going to be coming back to slightly more regular updates. I just didn't want to introduce 3 Captain gameplay there, and a lot of the upcoming stages use 3 Captain gameplay. I wanted to show it in a light like this, and that was partially also why I wanted to go back to the Distant Tundra, because there's generally a lot of things that you have not done by the time you've killed the Behemoth Phosbat, and they're just very well designed for 3 Captains, in my personal opinion. Opinion, not opinion. That was really terrible. Wow. So we have a lot of freaking fruit right here. We are going to be feasting on a smorgasbord right here. Okay. While this is all dumping, I do want to acknowledge something that some viewers have brought up in the comments. Some of you have complained that you don't like the fruit juice mechanic, that it's pointless, that you can build up a big buffer of fruit just so easily that there's no danger of you ever running out. And honestly, to an extent, I agree. I do think that it was in concept, it was a good compromise, because some people didn't like how Pikmin 1 had a time limit. I had friends that I tried to get into Pikmin as a kid, and they didn't like how it had a time limit. They said that they just don't like games with time limits in general, and Pikmin 1 is just that entirely. You're limited to 13 minutes in your in-game days, and you have 30 days to beat the game in. Pikmin 2 had no time limit, and time stood still when you were in caves, but some people that liked the first game took that as a bit of a dumbing down of things, and it made Pikmin 2 have almost too different of a feel from the original, and I kind of agree with that. I feel like having, you know, how much you're able to get done in a day dictate how many more days you can play for is a good compromise. Oh, and yeah, we got 10 types of fruit here, so now we're able to triangulate fruity position. Triangulate fruity position. Alf, is there something you're not telling us? Yeah, you can use your radar to locate fruit. That'll tell you on your map where fruits are, even if they're in areas that you've yet to explore, so you have a bit more idea of what directions you want to take off in. But I think that this is a good idea, is what I'm more or less trying to say. What I think they should have done instead is have fruit not give you so much juice. Maybe make fruits that give you a whole day automatically, things that only bosses drop. And then have everything else be worth, like, maybe half of a day, 2/3 of a day. Maybe if they're generous, 3/4 of a day, but only on rare occasions. Because, look at this, we're up to 16 fruit, and with how much I love this screen and just love looking at that fruit juice and having my mouth water at it, I'm getting kind of running out of things to say here. I mean, we're at 17 days, and it's still going. I know that we can press plus to skip on this, and I guess I could show this. It looks kind of hilarious when you press that, because it just speeds it up. You notice the frame rate has just kind of gone terrible, and it's just, ooh. That looks really bad, actually. 19 days, 20 days. Yeah, we doubled our fruit supply in 1 day. Bottoms up. What exactly does bottoms up mean anyway? It's like sticking your butts up in the air to drink stuff. Oh, the bottoms of the bottoms of the glass that you're drinking. I am such an idiot. I'm sorry. Yeah, we have juice left. All right, is Charlie gonna get to write his first journal entry, or is Alf gonna steal the spotlight from him once again? When did we lose that Pikmin? Okay, it was a yellow. Seems to always be the yellows lately. We lost it around 3/4 of the way through the day. I don't think we lost anyone to the bearded amp rats, and that Arctic cannon larva couldn't kill anybody, so... And on top of that, we would have gotten like a cutscene of Pikmin drowning if that was the first time that a Pikmin fell in the water, so... No, no idea what happened. Really have no idea, but at least it was only 1 and not like 12. Nope, Alf steals the spotlight once again. Now that we have the captain back safe and sound, we'll begin exploration of this planet in earnest tomorrow. We should see if there are any undiscovered areas in the places we've already visited. Ow. That's kind of what we were doing today, but whatever floats your boat. Gotta make it sound like a more epic journey to the folks back home. And next time on Pikmin 3, we set out for the tropical wilds once more and see if we can find any sign of Olimar. See you guys then.